Ay. Nabigay na yung Minotaur. Nabigay na yung Minotaur ni ate mo, Ashley.
And Gen.G
Ashley.
trying to find the equalizer to turn it into the game 3. So far, NAVI PH has been playing real good, but this draft has been interesting. When you thought they were not going to give a good ultimate to Valentina, right at the very end, they get the Throne of Ruin.
Okay, that took quite of a U-turn here for the draft for NAVI. But for Gen.G, that is quite fortunate, right? You finally get something that is very useful.
Sino lamang sa lineup? Lamang si NAVI. Feeling ko lamang si NAVI. Sa mga nanonood dyan, please subscribe. At mag-comment na rin kayo. Sino ang lamang sa lineup nila? Para sa akin lamang yung ano eh. Lamang yung NAVI. Ayoko talaga sa Uranus. Kasi useless yung Uranus ngayon sa meta. Tamang ikot-ikot lang yan. Habol-habol lang. Wala siyang pang-stop. Walang kahit anong skill. So, mas okay talaga yung ano. Tama, bugbog pa siya sa... Bugbog pa siya sa lane. Pares ng ano.
Even 1v1s here for not Ayanami and Arya. It's all about roaming around and giving vision and assistance if whenever needed here for NAVI and Gen.G.
It's about controlling the wave, but most importantly, it's about maintaining the tempo. Both compositions kind of want to play the fights really, really slow. They're looking for the high impact engages and early rapid boots here as we see the gank on top.
Ayan na.
Okay, that's going to be
wala.
vision, but not really.
Grabe si Keishi, puro ganun hero niya. Isa lang ah.
We might see that.
Parang kagabi pa yan yung hero niya. Try nyo kaya iban yan. O kaya agawin nila, no? Kaya ano, di ba? Lagi nang ginagamit ng Keishi, ayaw, di ba? Ayaw i-respect.
They did lose a little bit tempo off of this. Mirai had to reposition as they are looking for the right targets. And in this case, it's going to be Rui. Mirai did this the last time, right? Made Rui's life really, really difficult. But now that Rain is level 4, look at the positions.
Yari ka dyan, Uranus. May ano yan. Ubus. Panalo na. Panalo na. Halata na eh.
The chain CC was just a little too good. Arya couldn't even get her ult off in time.
Nakakainis sa healer yung back sa early.
Go for the follow-up. Rian dashes out right in time. Now it's 4 members chasing them down. It's Rui being cornered out. But a commitment here for NAVI, and even with a slam down spread and a grab, it all interconnects and results onto a kill for NAVI.
They weren't able to find the trade. This is great for Mirai again. The battle spell difference creating this tempo, and now the dive.
Okay, they're forcing
Grabe oh, gigil na gigil.
As fast as they can. It's Mirai.
Kinawawa sa torre.
Oh boy, the shield from downtown right at max distance as well, and Sayori finally gets the Throne of Ruin as Arya looks to maintain control over that top side, but there's an interception about to happen. Keishi could punish this, and that concentration isn't going to be enough. Look, the anti-heal Arya
diba?
tank the
Wala, hindi kaya itangke yan. Useless ang Uranus pag may back siya.
Like this onto the early parts of the game. Could you imagine that?
Grabe. Wala ba ibang alam na hero yun?
She possibly waited till the very last second, waited for Ayanami to try and commit to the Throne of Ruin before committing to her mobility skill, knowing that at any point Keishi could try to go for another shield unity. Either way is played perfectly well despite the scenario.
It's all about surviving first. Then we see a plan formulating for Gen.G. And as you've mentioned, it's all about the mechanics too, on what Arya could maximize with a hero such as Uranus. This is quite different with what we're used to seeing for her. But let's see, for now, for NAVI PH, also taking their time before the turtle responds, and Arya just goes in with a cut, same as not Ayanami. Now, they slowly make their way downwards towards where the turtle will be respawning.
Look at this The rest of Gen.G now looking to kind of set this up, but Rui has been completely zoned off as Mirai. Nobody can really stop Mirai from zoning him out. And once he gets his ult on him,
Nako.
even worse. And now I think
Maubos
Gen.G
na
just
naman
has to
buhay
back
ni,
away.
ano,
Okay, there's
Uranus.
going to be another turn of ruin here.
Wala.
Not Ayanami. 2 members caught
Nako
in the crossfire,
po.
actually falling down. Immediate response onto Arya. She will go down. Double kill for not
Log.
Ayanami and a turtle for Navi.
This is starting to look a little unwinnable here. Mirai gets to do literally anything she wants. Walk in, pull out a target, still not die, tank the damage, and still be relevant. She's everywhere all at once. She's super glue at this point.
She is a great provider as well. Like if Navi PH points to anyone, Mirai could get that. Mirai will give that to them. And even onto their own purple buffs for Gen.G, they're not even able to even get that.
They're gonna have to pray here a little bit. And Navi makes the mistake, and unfortunately, it's just too tough. Rui even has to commit the
Di na
retribution
makaka-farm.
as well. They're unable
Di
to
na
pick it up.
naka-farm.
I think that at this point, Rui as well as Sayori
Pinawawa
need
sa
to work
farm.
together to give that opportunity to kind of set the pace, right? Make sure that Mirai is CC'd enough so that Rui can actually get in on these fights to get the damage down. But still, it's such a big floodgate to get over.
Okay, it's all about changing or spicing things up here for Gen.G. Because remember, it's still the early game-ish here for both Navi and Gen.G. Although technically speaking, there is a lot of advantages. 6 minutes in, turret destroyed, multiple objectives secured, plus the jungle camp being invaded is just too much for Gen.G to handle. Although there's still a sliver of HP, as you mentioned, in the body of Sayori and Rui going hand in hand. But that is if they're not continuously being hunted down by Mirai or even not Ayanami.
Yeah, they're gonna get dived under this.
Nako, yan na.
Whatever happens, will happen. And it's Ashley moving forward, not Ayanami
Grabe ka.
again! With a perfect flicker,
Gigil na
Jordan Ruin,
gigil.
and from the back, just
Nako
soaking
po.
up lots of damage that Gen.G is trying to show over here onto Navi. Padawan was able to
Boss.
let her Zaman Force butt
Back
in,
na.
but not enough
Play
to equate
safe.
onto a kill. It's still Navi getting a great team fight center here against Gen.G.
Wala pa palang ano, wala pa palang kill yung Gen.G.
I guess they gave up on the fight before they made the call, and now the Zaman Force out onto not Ayanami.
Okay, she
Ooh.
will technically still survive.
Uy.
But no, it's going to be a chase down here
Nabugahan.
for Sayori. A quick start here and trying to group things up, freshen things up here for Gen.G. A start is still a
Nasingahan,
start.
grabe.
But now that they finally get a purple buff, it is the turtle that's going to be traded for here for Navi and Arya. Arya wants to buy some enough time, but no. It's Navi just securing the objective clean and square.
Yeah, they just have to scale Panda up. Everybody else has lost their relevance in this game. They are giving their bodies up, and luckily, I think that unless they find a huge shutdown, and even then, it's on right now. The majority of the lead is actually onto Kenshi and Mirai. Yes, Mirai will give you just a little bit of. Oh wait, actually, Mirai is overscaling here, making a little too much money. In a matter of fact. Now the lowest gold overall is going to be Rain, so no more passive gold for Mirai.
No, because Mirai actually noticed, hey, I could be anywhere and everywhere. That's actually 100% KP for her, a 205. Like imagine that. She's doing the right marks on the right targets as well. Compromising so much of Rui's jungle. Like onto the level comparisons here, Rui is also being kind of locked down here against Keishi. And now we see a more proactive play with
Nako
the
ka.
Cell even under the turret. They're
Pinasok.
going a bit too greedy
Tama
here
na?
for Navi, but Rain as
Oh.
well. Communicating even
Wala,
across the
na-corner
lead
ka na.
just to try and make things harder here for
Oof.
with the dash
Oof.
surge. It's going to be
Kaya ba?
another
Naku, wala
dash
pa yun.
out. Trying to survive.
Grabe naman.
Ayanami and the rest of the gang will just focus their marks here
Grabe
onto
na.
Sayori
Oh,
and
yun.
Ashley.
Isa na lang yung
They'll do whatever
sakripisyo.
they can, and they will get it on the hands of
Sinakripisyo na lang yung isa.
Oh, they can't cleanly
Saklap.
walk away. They can't really open up the map, especially with this glue. They've lost pretty much every potential out here. This is just a slow and painful death from this point onwards. And Mirai can use the ult again if she wanted to, but really there's no need to. The discipline coming out from Navi PH right now is looking great.
Earlier in the draft, we were kind of concerned that they didn't back out the Harriet. They kind of took a U-turn onto picking up the allies as well. Now we do understand, even though Sayori has a wonderful ulti that she could copy, but she has to technically go into front lines, find not Ayanami on this sort of a mess, and then commit to go for a setup. But that's not happening at all, because the moment that they're being shown on the map, that's an immediate kill here for Navi and an immediate takedown of an objective as well.
Take the time of this now. The next fight is about to begin as Mirai has already initiated.
Oops, masyadong malalim. Masyado sila malalim. Masyado malalim, Lodi. Huli. Tinamaan si Mirai. Huli si Mirai. Kaya na pumalag.
Now that was a quite bit of a messy impact here for Navi.
Masyadong greedy yun, ha?
One
Greedy.
At least they were able
Baka
to get
makahambak,
honestly, that's a
Lodi.
pretty big win for Gen.G.
Wag
At the very
naman.
least, at this stage of the game, 10 minutes and we still have some holy shieldings to work with. So at least for Gen.G, if they can just minimize the damage and protect this long lane, they might have a chance.
Okay, it's all about Arya right now. Look, a lot of the heavy lifting here against Navi
Wala
PH.
pa.
The holy shield just might pop off. It's going to be a risk here for Gen.G. And right on cue, they were able to melt down the Lord,
Nice
but
one.
a costly advantage here for Navi PH.
Oh, no, it's not over just yet. There's still the second wave of Lord and Power minions, and you can see Mirai on Patrick's skin
Sure.
showing off why she's not just glue,
Sure.
but super glue here as they conceal and force
Nag-conceal?
away underneath their turrets.
Papasukin?
It's quite scary for
Medyo
for
greedy.
Patrick going in
Pero
with
bak na,
the
bak
concealed
lang.
play as
Tore
well.
lang yan eh.
They just wanted to
Push
scare
tore
off
lang
some of the
eh.
members, then finally
Antay
get
na sa Lord.
a
Farm
base
lang.
rate
Antay
out
sa
of
Lord.
Gen.G. Now Sayuri is forced to somehow copy the Crimson Beacon for extra survivability if ever Navi decides to jump in onto the clash.
And honestly, I think that Gen.G could have taken advantage of the fact that they were going for the conceal, right? Because they should be aware that the battle spells of both Mirai as well as Ayanami were still on cooldown. So there was technically no way for them to catch them off guard.
Yeah.
Everything would have been telegraphed from the Throne of
Oo,
Ruins or
papalag.
just Clue being, concealed and
Ang
walking up
kukulit
to you.
lang.
Now,
Wala
with
man
the
yan.
Radiant
Wala
armor
oh.
already purchased on top
Grabe,
of everything that
lambot
they
mo.
have, right? The glowing
Lambot ng
wand,
Uranus.
cursed helm. Panda has got to be careful. Without that Zaman Force to maintain those shields, naturally, without the Chrono Dash, she will burn.
And definitely
Tutumba ka
that's the
dyan,
next
Lodi.
target here for Navi PH. You mentioned about the timing of the battle spell, so someone has to keep track of that for Gen.G. That is quite the opening, actually, the small opening, but still, that is somewhat of a win if ever they were able to time those timings or the battle spells out of Navi PH. Now, they're slowly making their way. They're still conserving and denying as much as they can against Gen.G right before a Lord take onto the top lane.
I think they know they kind of got this in the bag at this point, right? Ideally, they would have finished the game a little bit earlier. They have a 7.1k, which is a phenomenal lead. And this next Lord should be the final nail in the coffin once it's right at the base. The question is, how does Gen.G, knowing that this might just be their last chance here, how are they going to win this fight? It's either they somehow steal the Lord or they annihilate Navi right now.
Okay, it's Arya falling down low here for Gen.G.
Naku po, ang ganda ng set.
It's going to be a nice setup here for Ashley, but
Yung
not
harit.
enough still. It's
Yung
Navi
harit.
chasing them all around the map.
Nice.
And the one
Naku,
is
wala.
not the position that you would want her to. And Mirai
Babay
single-handedly
na.
soloing two members in a row.
Nakaganti na sila.
As well, taking a hold of
Tumba.
Sayori.
Ang pangit kasi ng drop
Two
nung ano eh.
members immediately down.
Ang pangit ng drop nung GEN.G. Lakas trip mag-drop. Uranus ka pa. Pilitin mo. Imbis na i-clear. Tapos. Nice one. Boy pa rin.